Hi guys, and welcome to this week's first Passport Doubles episode. I am super excited because this past weekend we had a lot of you get involved and we did that live stream team building episode over Saturday and Sunday, and I just want to give a massive shout out to everyone that came by and contributed towards the team. It was absolutely amazing. I had such a good time just hanging out with you guys, chatting about random things, and then just putting the team together to play on the Passport Doubles ladder this week. So that was amazing. Thank you so much for coming by, to everyone that did, and thank you to everyone just in general for the support that you've shown for the series as well. It's a bit overwhelming, so we are going to be playing that team that we put together over the weekend today. So I got to admit, I haven't had really much spare time in between trying to fit everything in and prepare myself for Liverpool regionals, so I haven't even had one game with the team yet. I have noted that Jury has had some test games. He did make some comments about that, so that's stuff we will keep in mind, but we're going to jump onto the ladder, hopefully find an opponent pretty quickly and get this team well into the works, because I'm really looking forward to kind of playing it. And before I forget, I need to give one huge shout out and props to Ahmed, sorry. He goes under the username it's Pastebin. It's BEB3RN. So he's a new viewer to the channel. I just want to give a big hello to you and everyone else that's kind of joined recently, and to everyone else obviously as well that's tuning in. And just a big special shout out to him, because he bred the God of War that we've got on this team, which is absolutely amazing. The God of War is just, it was like it had that weird IV that we needed for the speed to take advantage of the Trick Room and the Tailwind that we decided on, and he provided us with a Tyranitar as well. I haven't got the Tyranitar in this team because I already had one bred, but what I'm going to do, because he's just such an amazing guy for providing me with this Pokemon, saved me so much time, we'll use that Tyranitar in Thursday's episode, so we'll feature that. I think there was just a little discrepancy with the speed IV. I don't think it made too much difference, but the one I had does have a 0 speed IV, so we just went with that one today. But like I say, on Thursday's episode we will run that other Tyranitar and get it in. As well, it might be more accurate with those rock slides as well. The one I'm using might be a bit blind, so we'll see how we get on. So we've got our first opponent of the day. Just to go over our team that we put together, if you haven't seen the team builder streams, you can go back and watch them from the weekend. They are up on the channel now, and the team that we ended up putting together over the weekend as a group was God of War, which is our mega Pokemon. We've got Excadrill, Tyranitar, Zapdos, Araquanid and Hitmontop for support. So we've got our first opponent of the day, Japanese player running a team of Zapdos, Tapu Fini, Mega Kangaskhan, what probably will be Mega Kangaskhan, Amoonguss, Aegislash and Landorus Therian form. So we've got a few things here that are going to give us some issues, especially if we want to go down the Trick Room mode, especially that Amoonguss that sticks out straight away like a sore thumb, and the Aegislash as well, that's going to cause us a few problems. The Landorus gives us issues for our Sand mode as well, which isn't ideal, but I think here I'm pretty comfortable leading God of War and Hitmontop. Because we've got the Intimidate for the Landorus, the Kangaskhan. We're going to need, I think we're definitely going to need to bring Tyranitar here for the Aegislash, and maybe Excadrill as well, and not go with our Trick Room mode, but have it as a reserve. Let's think. Do we need Zapdos though? That's the other thing. Because Zapdos would be nice for the Tapu Fini, but let's go Excadrill. The other thing is we could have went Araquanid as well. Araquanid might be nice for that Tapu Fini. If it is, Choice Specs Tapu Fini as well. We are carrying Wide God on it. But like I said during the team builder stream, we're going to learn how the team operates as we go through these episodes. So there's nothing wrong with just kind of adapting to the team, and I think that goes to show along the similar line is what you kind of do when you build a team. You build it and then you go into testing it. So that's exactly what we're doing, and we're going through the whole process of testing it out thoroughly, coming back to it, making tweaks. We'll do more live streams, doing those tweaks as well, going over where we kind of think we want to pick up and improve little aspects of the team and things like that. And then we will go back into it and play again. So we'll do the full works, what you would do to try and get that polished article, and hopefully that really benefits you guys. So we see my opponent here leading off with that Tapu Fini and Kangaskhan. So Kangaskhan might not Mega Evolve. I think we're probably safer going for now we could go for a Fake Out into the Tapu Fini, or Fake Out, or just Close Combat into the Kangaskhan. I'm going to definitely Mega Evolve, and I think I'm going to just Hyper Voice and go for a Fake Out into the Tapu Fini. That's what we'll go for. Get some damage onto the Kangaskhan. And then the next turn we do threaten it. If we get the Hyper Voice off, we will threaten it with a Close Combat. And that Tapu Fini kind of has to lock itself into Moonblast to do any reasonable damage to Hitmontop, because we're so bulky. If the Kangaskhan decides to Fake Out the Hitmontop, we activate the eject button, which might come in handy. So there's the Fake Out from the Kangaskhan. Is going to be into Gardevoir, so we're just going to trade Fake Outs here. That isn't ideal because it is, it's chipping down our Gardevoir. And we get the Fake Out on to the Tapu Fini. But I'm just going to protect here Gardevoir, and I'm going to go for a Close Combat. If we can get a Close Combat off into the Kangaskhan, there's every chance. We've got, I think on a standard Kangaskhan, we've got a 75% chance to pick up the KO here. So hopefully we see a return from the Kangaskhan into the Gardevoir and a Moonblast. Now, if we do survive, the eject button is going to activate, which is a bit of a pain because we're not going to get that Close Combat off. But it does mean we can cycle the Intimidator for later on in the match. I'm going to bring in Excadrill because we could go for the Tech Rage. Or I could bring in Tyranitar and get the sand up now. I think I'll bring in T-Talk here. Now what do? We could switch in. Well, we've got a few options here. What we could do is go for a Hyper Voice with Gardevoir, get some damage onto that Kangaskhan, switch T-Tar out to Hitmontop. Gardevoir should survive any combination of attacks coming out from the Kangaskhan on -2. Yeah, I think that's probably the better idea. We'll preserve T-Tar till later on. We could actually switch in Hitmontop, just go for a Trick Room actually, which might not be a bad idea, and then switch in top. I wonder if it's going to be, yes, it's not a Moongus, that's good. We see Kangaskhan switch out for Landorus. And we'll see if this Tapu Fini's locked into, if it's carrying the Specs item, if it's locked into Moonblast here, or not. So you do get Hitmontop back in, get a nice Intimidate onto that Landorus. And we're just going to see a Muddy Water. Gardevoir actually avoids, so that's pretty huge for us. And Top actually survives the Muddy Water there. So, I wonder if a Helping Hand, Hyper Voice would take down the Landorus. I don't think it will. But we could just go Hyper Voice and Fake Out the Landorus, to be honest. I don't see any harm in doing that. So let's just go for that. And the Landorus does protect, so we could have went for the Feint there, which is a bit of a shame. There's the Fake Out into the Landorus. We are going to get the Hyper Voice off. But I don't think my opponent's got the... Wow, the Hyper Voice does so much to that Finny. And there's a Muddy Water coming out. This will take down the Hitmontop, but it gives us that free switch into Tyranitar, which is really nice. Not accuracy drop either on our Gardevoir. Now things are looking alright. So we do pop the berry on the Tapu Fini. That is going to allow it to survive the next set of attacks. But I'm going to bring in Tyranitar regardless. We could Rock Slide and just Hyper Voice here. And that's probably going to be enough to pick up the KO onto the Fini. Or we could go for an Ice Beam with T-Tail. But a Rock Slide and a Hyper Voice might actually be enough to pick up the KO onto this Landorus, so I'm just going to do that. So there's the Landorus switching out. Ooh, and Zapdos coming in. Okay. I wonder if it's got the Misty Seed. No, it hasn't. And we just do get the Rock Slide off, we do hit, so we're going to be able to clear the field here, which is nice. Proc a Berry on the Zapdos, which is going to be Citrus, but the Hyper Voice should be enough here. Yeah, okay. So we've got we need to check our sand turns as well, because we need, when the Trick Room ends and we've got Excadrill to come back in, we want the sand up still, that's the thing. So we need to check, just to see how many turns we've got left. We might have to adjust slightly. Right, so let's see what we've got. One turn of sand. But we do have the Chopper Berry, so I think we'll be alright. And I'm going to go for a Hyper Voice with Gardevoir, and I'm going to go for an Ice Beam with Tyranitar. We can only fake out one target here. It's probably the Gardevoir. Oh, it's a Tyranitar. Okay. Are we going to see an Earthquake? Because that isn't going to kill our T-Tar. We do get the Hyper Voice off. Look at the damage of that thing, it's crazy. And there's an Earthquake. That's actually going to probably pick up the KO onto the Kangaskhan, I would imagine. And the sand runs out here. But we are still in Trick Room, and if that's Scarfed Landorus, we're going to be alright. Because that does mean, we get a little bit lucky, but that does mean that we're going to be able to outspeed in the Trick Room with both our Pokemon. So we can just go for an Iron Head and an Ice Beam. And if it's Scarfed, which it should be, you would imagine. Oh, it's not. Okay. Oh, this changes everything now. Okay, we're gonna go down. We lose. We lose. Oh, okay. This isn't good. I don't know if Excadrill. Can Excadrill survive a spread Earthquake? -1, possibly. But I don't think anything other than that. We'll just go for the attacks, lock them in. And there's the Earthquake. It's probably going to be enough. Like, definitely. You've got to imagine it's probably Adamant as well. Yeah. That is a bit disappointing. I think, again, like at the very start of the game, being a bit scared of setting the Trick Room up straight away. And then just presuming that the Landorus was going to be Scarfed there. If it was, obviously we would have won. But the Protect kind of saved my opponent. Which is a bit disappointing, because we could have... yeah. Maybe it would have been better. Well, I don't know what. Yeah. I'm going to need a bit more time to actually reflect on that, I think, rather than go into it now. We could have definitely done things differently. But that's definitely thrown me off a little bit, the Landorus not being Scarfed. But Because you look at the usage stats, and I think like even on the global link, like every Landorus is like scarfed. But you can't take for granted that they all are scarfed, because in situations like that, you lose the game just making those presumptions. So we'll not let it get to us too much, and we'll go into our next game. We do have our next opponent, Luna, and they are running a team of Dragonite, Politoed, Ludicolo, Ferrothorn, Blastoise and Electivire. So I wonder if that is probably Mega Blastoise. Zapdos is really good here. We've got the Heat Wave. T-Tar is really nice in this match to disrupt the rain mode. I think what I will do is lead off with... Do I want to lead with the sand? Maybe not, because I don't think my opponent will lead with the rain. Or will they lead with the rain? So it could lead Gardevoir and Zapdos, or I could lead Hitmontop and Zapdos. Because we're probably going to need as much kind of coverage as we can take. Yeah, so we'll lead Hitmontop, Zapdos. Just for the fake out. But we do have to be aware that Blastoise can get access to fake out, and Ludicolo as well does get fake out. So let's go T-Tar. Let's bring Hitmontop in the back and go Gardevoir as well. Araquanid's not bad here. I mean, probably Araquanid's better than, but then we're not going Trickery mode. Oh, I think we're probably locked in with a Tyranitar maybe, or whatever's in that first slot. The Gardevoir, that's what it'll be. Which might not be a bad thing, because if we get it in a Tailwind, then it's going to be doing really good damage. Like you saw in that past game, how good and devastating the Hyper Voice damage is. So we could possibly take advantage of that. We do see my opponent lead off with the Dragonite and the Blastoise, so not leading with that rain. So what I'm going to do is go for a... let's go for a T-Bolt into the Blastoise and switch in Hitmontop. So there's the Blastoise switch out, Politoed coming in, so we will catch that with the Thunderbolt. We'll probably see, are we going to see a Dragon Dance from the Dragonite or Hurricane? Could Hurricane into the T-Star slot. I don't know why you would though, but it would do some good damage to the Hitmontop. But hopefully the Hitmontop does get hit here, because then that eject button activates and then we get T-Tar back in for free the next turn, which is pretty nice. So we do get that big T-Ball off into Politoed, do some really good damage onto it, over half health, and we're going to see a serve. Okay, I don't mind this too much at all, because this will proc that eject button on the Hitmontop, which works out perfectly for us, and we'll be able to bring in that T-Tar once again. We'll break the multi-scale on that Dragonite as well, which is nice, so we can target it down with an Ice Beam next turn with the T-Tar. And we really do threaten the Politoed quite heavily here as well. So it's Berry gonna proc. No, it's not holding the Berry. Could be Scarfed though. You can't discount Scarfed Politoed here. So we'll just go for the Ice Beam with straight play here. T-Bolt the Politoed. We should be hitting anything that comes in on that slot as well for good damage. The Electivire we do need to be a bit careful of. So the Dragonite actually withdraws here. We see Ferrothorn come in, which is fine, because if we can get rid of the Politoed here, Politoed just protects, which is fine. Because we've got the Heat Wave next turn to do some really good damage to that Ferrothorn. And we do some alright damage with the Ice Beam there. So this next turn I'm just going to go for a Heat Wave and a Rock Slide with T-Tar. That Politoed kind of has to switch out, and I don't mind anything kind of coming in on a big Rock Slide anyway. So yeah, it's probably going to be the Blastoise. Yeah, but any chip on that's nice. If we can get rid of the Ferrothorn here, it's going to be super handy. Heatwave misses the Blastoise, but we don't mind. It's the target that we don't want to be missing. And there's enough damage for this Rock Slide, which does hit to hopefully pick up the KO here, which it does. Excellent. So, great suggestion to whoever came up with the Heatwave first. I don't know who it was, but a lot of you were kind of pushing for that Heatwave to be used. So that was really good. Really good, came in very handy here. Otherwise we wouldn't have had very much to deal with that Ferrothorn at all. So, Politoed probably comes back in here. We know we do outspeed it. That Blastoise is probably going to Mega Evolve. You've got to imagine it Mega Evolves here. And I don't know if a Thunderbolt will be enough to take it out. So what have we got in the back to bring in? I think what we do is preserve the core that we've got out on the field at the minute, and we'll pull a double switch here. Because hopefully we don't see a water spout, but if we do, then we get the Tyranitar back in, get rid of the rain. And then my opponent's options are quite limited with only having the Dragonite in the back and everything being on low-ish health anyway, or threatened. Politoed just protects here. So what are we going to see? The Mega? No, Mega evolves, so just a Muddy Water, which both Pokemon here should be able to take quite comfortably. Ooh, accuracy drop on Hitmontop, which isn't ideal. And we see the Rain Dish ability activate on the Blastoise. Now, I'm going to go for a Hyper Voice. Mega Evolve, obviously. We need to Mega Evolve. And Hyper Voice. And we'll just go for a Fake Out into the Blastoise. I mean, we could feint it, to be honest, but I think we're probably just safer going for a Fake Out here. We don't want it attacking. Politoed withdraws. Dragonite's going to come in. Its multi-scale has been broken, I'm pretty sure, yeah, so this Hyper Voice is going to be doing a ton of damage, if not picking up the KO maybe. So we did get the Fake Out, we land it. Let's see speed TAs here. So we are faster than the Mega Blastoise, the Blastoise, sorry. I keep saying Mega Blastoise. Hyper Voice picks up the KO onto the Dragonite, does a nice chunk to Blastoise, putting it in range for next turn, and I think we're going to be able to outspeed the Politoed as well. So we can just simply go for a feint and Hyper Voice into the Blastoise and pick up the KO there. Which is a little better than that first game, I guess. But, you know, the annoying thing about that first game is it's like the first time I'm playing the team, and you know, you want to get off to a really good start, but it doesn't always work out like that. We'll go for the feint into the Blastoise, predicting the Protect possibly, and just that Hyper Voice with the Gardevoir, which should pick up both KOs there. No Protect coming out from my opponent. Do get a little bit of chip damage, and there's the Hyper Voice, which should be enough to score a win for us. So not bad, not bad. It wasn't the most standard rain team that we've come across on the channel so far, but it is a rain team, and the team operated super well against it. We got a lot of techs and utilities in the team that really came through very well there, like the Heat Wave on the Zapdos for the Ferrothorn, just showing how good that was. Completely took it out of the game straight away. When otherwise, if we didn't have that, it would be extremely difficult to maneuver around board positions. We'd have to try and get possibly, you know, a Hitmontop in that situation, and then with the rain threat and things like that, we're going to be taking a lot of damage trying to maneuver a board position round when, you know, my opponent can just switch the Ferrothorn out once we got the Hitmontop in for the Dragonite or something else, and just becomes a bit messy. So just having that tech there kind of proves how useful it is in those situations, and what a good utility Zapdos is. So we'll end things up there, guys. Had a really good couple of games. The first one, we're a bit unfortunate. Wasn't Scoff Landorus. Who doesn't run Scoff Landorus? Everyone runs Scoff Landorus, except that one situation, but never mind. It was a really good game, entertaining. We got the Trick Room up, we nearly snuck a win, but just got caught out right at the end. But I guess out of everything, a really good lesson just for us not to, and you know, everyone just not to just make the assumption that every Landorus that you see is always going to be choice scarfed, because us making that assumption there took us down a road that eventually led to us getting defeated, which wasn't ideal. And like I say, I'm going to need a bit of time to reflect on that match and have a think about how we could have approached it a bit differently. But there was a few things in there, like the Amoonguss throwing us off about the Trick Room early game. If it was in the back, we didn't want it coming in and setting Trick Room up at the same time and things like that. But they're just things to think about. I'll have a mull over it, and we'll maybe pick up on what we could have done a bit differently on Thursday's episode. And we will feature Hamed's Tyranitar on Thursday, so I do look forward to doing that. We'll replace the one that we're using today and just rotate it. If you guys want the QR code of this team, this like initial stage of the team testing, let me know. There is a Pastebin of the team down in the description below for you to go and try out on Pokemon Showdown or wherever you want to. But I will also be happy to make a QR code of this initial testing. I think it'd be quite nice as we made it as kind of like a little community. Everyone kind of had their 2 cents on it as well, so it's quite a nice like channel project that we've done here. So if you guys want the QR code, I'm more than happy. It'll take me 2 seconds to do it, and then I'll link it in the description or whatever we get request wise, and make sure that it's in Thursday's episode description as well. Like I mentioned, if you missed the live streams over the weekend, I did mention through those that we are potentially going to be migrating this series over to Twitch TV and doing 2 live streams a week on a Tuesday and a Thursday, keeping the days locked in that we're doing them at the minute. But instead of doing the videos, we're going to be doing a live stream, which will probably be an hour and a half those evenings, around the same time as the videos come out, like 7:30, 8 o'clock-ish UK time. So let me know what you guys think. Well, obviously, if you miss the streams, the videos will go straight up onto the channel, so if you do miss them, you can catch them. But I just think it's a bit of a nicer way for us to kind of interact, hang out, and play the teams together, and kind of go through this like little project that we're doing as well, to try and help benefit you guys with any help that you need in team building, and just getting the basic core principles down that I can try and help with to get you prepared to going into VGC 18, which is going to be next year. We obviously don't know the rules for that format yet, and we probably won't get them until Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon come out in, I think, is it November time? So we'll probably not get a format change until then. That's my best guess anyway. And we don't know whether megas are going to be involved, and especially if we're going to have like move tutors as well, because we've got pretty much everything goes in this format. It's a lot of fun, but it'll not be identical to VGC 18. It'll be maybe similar, but it won't be identical. But we'll see what happens. It's going to be really fun, whatever the format is. It's always nice to get a new format, but we'll leave things there, guys. Thank you as always for dropping by and watching the channel. It is amazing. You guys are all absolutely amazing, and like I said before, the support and everything that I get from every single one of you is really a bit overwhelming at times. It does mean the world to me. And I just want to continue and keep doing these videos, doing good content, getting better at this content, and providing you guys with really insightful stuff. So any questions, any comments about this episode, about how I played it, how you maybe would have played it a bit differently, do let me know. If you've got any questions or comments in the comment section below, and I will love to get back to each and every one of you. But I'm going to leave things there. We're going to head off. Whatever you're doing, make sure you're having a great evening, guys. I look forward to coming back to this on Thursday and picking up where we left off today, if I can speak properly. Again, just a quick shout out to Ahmed for the Pokemon that he's provided for me, and just in general, all of you guys for getting involved with the team building. It's been amazing. So you go away, enjoy the rest of your evening, night, morning, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are, and make sure you're taking care of yourselves and have fun, whatever you're doing, guys. And we will see you tomorrow for an episode of the School of Hard Knocks, and then we'll be back again on Thursday for another Battle Spot Doubles episode, which I can't wait for already. So until then, guys, you take care of yourselves, and bye-bye!